While the drought in KwaZulu-Natal has hurt local sugar producers, with Tongaat Hulett warning in a trading statement that it expects operating profit to drop by at least 13.5% in the past financial year. This was driven by a massive 84.6% drop in operating profits from its sugar operations. Joining us now from our Cape Town studios to discuss the outlook for Tongaat ahead of its release of the company results on Monday, it's Finweek contributor Moxima Gama. Thank you so much for your time today, Moxima. Looking at Tongaat, as we all quite well aware of, is the drought situation. With this negative outlook, though, on the company, how are you expecting the results to look like on Monday?
Well, like you had mentioned, the drought was the worst we've actually experienced in South Africa, and on top of that, they had a bit of, they had frost that then impeded the sugarcane production, so that really hit them hard. But it seems like this year there's a bit of a turn in the wheel, because in terms of demand outstripping supply, so there's a bit of a deficit globally actually, and that's a plus for Tongaat, because then it means they'll have to produce more, and because of that they're also estimating about having to produce 720 tons for 2018 and 2019. So this whole turn, or this deficit that's global, is actually working to their advantage, so we might see different results in the future.
Tongaat is slightly different from its peer Illovo when it comes to sugar producing, because they do have a lot of land assets, many of which that they have let go of. Is this something that might work well in order to make it remain defensive in such difficult times?
Completely. I mean, that part of the business has done extremely well. In fact, it's actually kept them afloat. So they have about 8,000 hectares of developable land, and for their 5-year plan, they're planning to at least sell about 3,000 hectares for the in between the range of 2.5 to 35 million per sale. So in the last financials, they did kind of allude that they made a profit about 580 million from those sales. So it does. If they didn't have that division, they would have really struggled through the year with what has happened, you know, with the environment or the economy. But at this point, it looks like it's looking pretty good, and that has helped their business quite a lot.
Moxima, if we do take a look at the valuation of the share price has come under pressure slightly, but what's your technical analysis of projections here?
Okay, so the last time I actually spoke about Tongaat was in June last year, and I did kind of predict a bit of a fall because it was topping out. It has met the target, and now it seems to be bottoming up, so it's the opposite end. Any level above 170 would make very good buying levels, because it seems to be recovering from that fall. So in other words, you'd be getting at a very good price at this point. Anything above 130.60s, it go back into its previous bull trend, and potentially completing a 100% retracement to about those 175 marks. So it's gone past all of that bearishness, and investors seem to be warming up pretty well to them, and we're seeing a bit of an upside momentum. And like I said, above 107, that makes very good buying position levels rather.
Moxima, thank you so much for your time today and giving us some analysis on Tongaat, the share outlook there. That was Finweek contributor Moxima Gama.